and welcome to the Crazy Sock Lady YouTube channel. My name is Kay and this is my channel where I share all about my making adventures. Today I have knitting and crocheting for you. I have one finished object, some works in progress, some mail, maybe a giveaway. We'll see. I've got lots to chat about. So today is March 14th. It is 8:21 a.m. This is episode 221. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as The Crazy Sock Lady, and I will have links right down below this video in the description box for everywhere that you can find me, as well as links to any project pages for everything that I'll show you, shops. I'll link all those down below. All that's right down there. Just look under the title of the video and hit more, and it should bring that description box down for you, I think. All right, we're just gonna jump right in this morning. It is 8:21, still pretty early, but I have got some errands to run today, and there is a slight chance we might get some storms later. So I'm like, I want to get this edited. I want to get all my errands done and be back home before the storms hit. That's the goal. We'll see if I can get it all done today. There's lots to do. But there's lots to talk about here as well. So finished objects, we're just going to jump right in and start with finished objects. I'm still working on my first cup of coffee. I hope you guys have something to drink, something to work on. I finished the red and black socks. These are for a gift for one of Eric's co-workers. And this yarn, I have the tag. There it is. Yarn is Zebra Yarns. Is red black is the color name. I've been linking the shop down below, but like I've said many times, there's no yarn in the shop, and I'm not sure if she's dyeing yarn anymore. I've mentioned that before, but I know some people have made some comments about it. So yeah, there's no yarn in her shop. This is something I've had in my stash. It's just how it goes sometimes. But this yarn worked up so fun. It was a sock set, so it had a mini skein with it. So I did the mini just for the heel. I did vanilla socks on 9-inch circulars for these. 72 stitches. 20 rounds for the cuff. I think I did 40 for the leg. And then just heel flap, gusset, toe that's in the pattern, all that. So I started these on March 1st and I finished them on March 7th. I was on a mission. The 72 stitches it is such a change from my normal 62. And you wouldn't think it would be that much of a difference, but it definitely has made those socks and actually the next pair I'll show you go a little bit slower. So the other pair that I'm doing that's 72 stitches is also for one of Eric's co-workers. This is in a bag from Barley Pearls. Cute sock bag. And I have one of these done. So this yarn I'm using for these is out of Cascade Heritage Sock. The colors, they just have numbers on the tags. It's 5615 and 5682. Here is the one that is done. These turned out so good. And the second one, see my markers there to kind of see how much more I have to go. So I still have a bit to go, but I could potentially have this done today. We will see. It's a possibility. And I would be so excited about that because I am itching to cast on my Yarnable and my Freckled Whimsy from this month. My Yarnable, I think I've decided I'm going to hold it double and do like a, use my DK weight pattern. I have a free DK weight vanilla pattern. I'm going to use that and hold the yarn double and knit myself some socks. I think they'll be for me. That could change, but I think they're going to be for me. So yes, these are the Wildcats socks. That's the sports team that this guy likes that I'm knitting these for. So one of Eric's co-workers, I did 72 stitches, the vanilla socks pattern, 20 rounds for the ribbing, knit 2, purl 2. And then I have all the counts on the Ravelry project page, but I'm going to try to remember them. I could be wrong. Pretty sure it was 11 rounds of blue, and then 7 rounds of white, 3 rounds of blue, 7 rounds of white, and then 30 rounds of blue to finish off the leg. Like I said, all those counts are over there, all the details, but I'm very happy with how these are working up. I really enjoy the Cascade Heritage yarns. I've had a lot of people ask because maybe you haven't worked with it before, but I really enjoy it. I've done quite a few pairs of socks for myself and others out of this yarn, and it holds up great. It's a great sturdy yarn, but it's still soft at the same time. So yeah, I'm happy with these. I haven't done anything to avoid jogs or anything when doing the yarn, so you can see a bit of a jog. I'm not bothered. I know this guy's not going to be bothered. I did cut the yarn after at every color change, and then I just wove in my ends. That doesn't bother me. I have a tutorial on my YouTube for how I weave them in normally, and then also for weaving them in as you go, if you want to look at either of those, but I just did the normal way of weaving in ends for this. I think that's it for these. I do have a beer glass progress keeper from Twin Mountain Handcrafts. I bought a few sets a while back. A beer one, a wine one. I can't remember what all I got, but I got a few sets from them and I love them. I love using the beer one when it's for people that I know to drink beer. I don't know why. Just gotta match your stuff up to your projects. It just makes me happy. And speaking of, the next thing I'm going to show you, I have a project bag that is like the same thing and a progress keeper, but I have a guitar bag, you guys, so you can probably guess who these socks are for in here. This is from Mountain State Stitches. I know she did put some of these in her shop yesterday, maybe. I do not know if they are all gone. I didn't check, but I know she did post that she listed some of these in her shop. But yes, she made this bag for me and I love it so much. And I have the yarn in here that I showed last week from Tia's Terrific Threads. And I decided to do socks for Wyatt with it. It's the Something in the Orange colorway. You want to focus? No? There we go. Something in the Orange. It's her self-striping. There's what it looks like in the ball. And I'm on the first sock. Still working away on the first sock. Look how fun that is. This is a great colorway. I couldn't decide. She sent this to me because she knows I love Zach Bryan, and this is inspired by his song Something in the Orange. And I was like, oh, that makes me want to keep it. But then I was like, you guys, I have so many socks right now. It is a smidge ridiculous. So I gift knit for others so much anyways, but I'm really trying to do that even more just because I'm not going to stop knitting socks. And I don't ever feel like I'll be like, I have too many, I'm never going to knit myself anymore. But I have so many that I'm like, I just want to knit for others right now. I mean, that's kind of how I am a lot of the time anyways, I guess, but I'm feeling it even more right now. So anyways, all that to say, I wanted to work with this, and these are going to be for Wyatt. The heel, I decided to use the Rabbits with Swords colorway by Holly Press Fibers that I used for the socks for my nieces for their cuff, heel, and toe. I think I showed those last week. I decided to do that for the heel so that I didn't mess up the stripes too much. I don't mind if they get messed up or anything, but I just thought, let's use that gray. I have it in there. So that's what I did for that. And I'm using the Vanilla Socks on 9-inch circulars pattern for this. I have all my markers over here. Those are the only 2 socks that I have going right now. So once I finish the Wildcat socks, I will probably cast on the Yarnable and do the DK pattern for that. I'll just hold it double. I've done that before and it works out great. I do the counts for a size medium from that pattern, use that needle size, holding like that type of a fingering weight, a thinner type of a fingering weight together, and it works out great. What else? I have, oh, I didn't even write the crochet blanket on my notes. I'm like, wait a minute, I have 3 bags and only 2 more things on my notes. So let's talk about my fingering weight jelly roll next. I'll show you guys the progress I made this week. This is in a bag from Bags by Awesome Granny. And I have just been trucking along on this. I mean, it is definitely, I said this last time, but it is going to take a while. But I did put a marker in. Oh, speaking of, I need to put a marker in while I have this out of where I was when I started working on this March 1st, when I pulled it kind of out of hibernation, just because I think that will be fun to keep track of. So I just put that there. That's the mini that I was on when I pulled this back out. That is it's from the Gnome Knitter. A grape jelly biscuit. I have had this for years, and when she posted this, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that, because since I was a kid, anytime my grandma would make breakfast, she would always do like a big breakfast on Sundays, and there would be biscuits and eggs and bacon and sausage gravy and just all the things. And everyone would come over, and I would always have a biscuit with grape jelly. That was just, I don't know. And I still, to this day, I love a biscuit with grape jelly. So when she posted that, I had to have that. But anyways, that's where I was when I pulled this back out and started working on it. So I finished that strip. And then you saw some of that. Where was I? This is where I was last week, where this marker is. And I have not done as much this week as I did previously, but in the previous week, I think. But that's okay. That's still a good amount of progress for a fingering weight blanket. We had company in town over the weekend, so I didn't work on this a ton. On Sunday, I just kind of wasn't really in the mood to work on it, so I worked on other things. I did work on it a smidge, but I worked on other things on Sunday. I am doing, well, I should say, the pattern is the Jelly Roll Blanket by Kay Jones. I do have notes for changes, modifications that I've made over on my Ravelry project page, which will be linked below. I'm using a size 2.5 millimeter. These needles are by Signature Needle Arts, and their last day in business is coming up soon, so I don't know if they're still in stock or not. I just have a little stopper on there. I have my yarn ball on there, both needles stuck through it, and then a stopper to hold the ball onto there, just so everything doesn't get lost in the bag. What else was I going to say about this? Fingering weight, just by itself, not holding it with anything. I've had some people ask how much yarn I add in. I just add all of what I have, and typically those are like 5 gram minis. A little more, a little less. Where's the bag? This is the bag I am currently working from. See all this tiny little balls in there. So yeah, right around 5-ish grams. I just add the whole thing in until I run out. It's gonna be beautiful when it's done, but for sure gonna take a while. I think that's it for those. I put on there to put the marker in. I did that. Oh, I can move my marker real quick before I forget to do that. I'm trying to be so much better about it, putting the markers in, because I like seeing the progress from one week to the next, but I'm terrible at remembering to do it. I think because it's something I've never really done consistently, and I would like to change that, because that progress is nice to see, and that's a great way to see it. All right, Wyatt's sweater. You guys, I finished the second sleeve, and I am onto the body. So here's this, I think this is the second one. Let's see where the marker is. All right, here's the second sleeve. That's where I was last time. I have my pot of coffee progress keeper from Twin Mountain Handcrafts on there. So I did all that, finished it off. I mean, there obviously wasn't that much left. Let's take this progress keeper off. Then I started the body. I don't remember what day I started the body. Actually, I think I finished the sleeve and started the body on Thursday when I recorded last week. I'm pretty sure that afternoon, like late morning afternoon, I was like, I'm just finishing the sleeve. And then I was like, I'm just starting the body today too. So I did. I'm pretty sure that was Thursday. Almost positive. All right, so the yarn I'm using is Knit Picks Swish Worsted in Pinecone Heather. And here's the body, and it does look small. It is on a tiny cable, because I just know somebody's gonna be like, that looks way too small. It's on a tiny cable, because I don't like having a lot of excess cable, and it is cables, so it will grow. Like, they're cinched in, so yeah, you can, when you stretch it out, like how it will be when it's blocked, I'm afraid I'm gonna lose stitches. It is measuring exactly how it should be, so it's fine. It's all fine. I was worried when I first cast on the ribbing. I was like, this is way too small. But then I was like, okay, remember the ribbing. Like, it's ribbing, it's cables, everything is cinching in, and you have it on a tiny cord. So it's all good. It's measuring how it should. Should fit him great, hopefully. But yeah, it is measuring exactly where it should be. But here is the front piece so far. All those cables are so, so pretty. I just have my, that's the kind of cable needle that I like to use. I've tried other ones and I just cannot get the hang of them. So that's my preferred cable needle. I think I do have those linked on my Amazon storefront, but I just tuck it into the stitches there so that I don't lose it. I can take this off now. I just had this marking the front when I was doing the ribbing. And I can put that progress keeper on there now. So I've still been doing 8 rows a day. I'm thinking I might cut it back to 5. Only because like 8 rows, it's taking a lot longer. You know, this is a much bigger piece than the sleeve, and there's cables on every right side row. There is some form of a cable somewhere. So sometimes like all the way across. So it's taking a lot longer, and I have other projects that I want to work on as well. So I'm thinking I might cut this back to 5 rows a day. We're in no rush. We're into March. Like, this is not going to be done in time for him to wear it this year. That's already been established before I even started this. So yeah, it'll be fine. But I can't wait to see how this really grows and blooms once it is blocked. It is so beautiful. Still enjoying it, but like I said, just gonna cut it back to 5 rows a day since I'm not in any hurry to get it done. That'll be fine. 5 rows a day. I thought about cutting it in half, but for some reason, oh, actually I might do 4 rows a day. It has to be an even number. What am I thinking? Because in my brain, it has to be an even number. It doesn't have to be. So it's either gonna be 4 or 6. We'll see what I decide on. Because I was doing 1 chart repeat a day on the sleeve. It was smaller, it was 8 rows, and that worked out great. But 8 rows is just a bit much for this. Some days maybe I'll do that many, but my last work in progress is the crochet baby blanket. This is in a bag from Mountain State Stitches. And I've made a good bit of progress on this. This is the only, oh gosh, I should not have picked that up maybe. This is all the yarn that I have left to add. That's it. So this is going to be done so quick. This is the Lion Brand Mandala. And the pattern is the Rainbow Ripple Baby Blanket by Celeste Young. It's a crochet pattern. I think I said it was a crochet baby blanket. Stand back here. Look how pretty. Oh, I love this blanket. This pattern is so fun. These yarns are amazing. Like the colors in the yarns. I said the yarns. It's just that yarn I showed, but the colors in the yarn are amazing. And I love doing baby stuff in colors that are not like your traditional pastel-y colors, because I really feel like I whack myself in the head with it. Then they can grow with it a bit more. My niece still uses this blanket that I made for her, this pattern, and she still loves it. Sorry, I didn't silence my phone. I'm getting texts. But this pattern I'm using, the hook size recommended. It is a 5mm crochet hook. I'm using a Tulip Atimo crochet hook. And just following the pattern exactly. And I'm just going to go until I run out of yarn. So once I cannot complete a round, it'll be done. And then I will get it washed. I will just wash it and get it in the mail to her. I may make a little pair of socks too. We'll see. Depends on my mood. I'll be honest, I love making socks, but I don't really like making little baby socks. Don't really like making little knitted things. But I might make her a pair of socks. All right, that's it. That's it. This blanket should definitely be done next time I record. Oh gosh, I've just got like a mess of yarn. All right, so that's it for works in progress. I do have a couple of things that arrived in the mail that we will talk about. One of them I already showed you. It was the guitar bag from Mountain State Stitches. Get these other things out here. And then I also got a strawberry bag from Mountain State Stitches. This one I ordered. The guitar one she did gift to me, but this one I couldn't resist. It's just so cute. And then Jenny also, we swapped minis. She's one of the people that I set minis aside for, like leftovers. So she sent me a bag of some of her scraps. And I think I'm going to do some scrappy socks with this. I think they all go, I think it'll be fun. So I've had these tucked down into the strawberry bag because when I get a chance, that's getting cast on. Jenny also sent a bag for y'all. She sent one of her blue floral bags. So just in a moment, we're going to do a giveaway for that. But I also received over in the P.O. box, I received some stitch marker sets. So we're going to do a giveaway for the bag and one of these stitch marker sets. This is from the Crafty Maritimer. Am I saying that correctly? I do not know if I am or not. I apologize. But Michelle sent these over. And we have 3 of them. Now I have to decide which one. Maybe I'll just let the winner pick. So we have some flowers with bees. Those are so cute. And then these all say made with love. And then this one is a cloud and little hearts. They're all pink, but one's turned over. So thank you, Michelle, for sending those over. And thank you, Jenny, for the project bag. So what we're going to do is all you have to do is comment down below this video. You can comment anything you want. If you have a particular stitch marker set that you would like, just comment that down below. Let me know. And I will draw a winner on next episode. And then the winner will get the bag and one of these sets of Progress Keepers. So that's all for the knitting stuff today. I've got reading, watching, a little bit of life stuff. So reading, you guys, this morning I finished the very last Freida McFadden book. I have read all of her books that are out up to this time. I finished last week, I think I was reading The Devil Wears Scrubs, so I finished that and then started The Devil You Know and finished that this morning. So those are all done. I'll put the little picture up here for everyone who liked seeing the little X's on that. They've all been read. And I can't wait for the next one. I still am like, I love her books. They're just so good. So now I'm reading, before I finished this one, I started reading a different book at night before bed. Sometimes I'll do that, sometimes not, but my sister was in town over the weekend, a little bit of life stuff, and my sister Cassie, and we went to Target. We took Lily to Target. She had $5 she couldn't wait to spend. She wanted to go to Target. So we took her to Target and we were looking at the books, and Cassie commented on It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, that she hadn't read it yet, but there was a movie coming out, so she wanted to read the book first, but that she has some other books she's reading right now. I was like, you know, I read the back of it and I'm like, I've read some Colleen Hoover books and really liked them, but I've never read this one. So I got it. I got that one and the second book. It Starts With Us is the second book. So I started reading It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I'm about a fourth of the way through and loving it. I've been staying up later to read because I like it so much. That doesn't happen a lot with me. So I'm reading that before bed. And then on my Kindle, which is, I'll read that on the treadmill in the mornings and then just throughout the day sometimes while I'm knitting. I started this morning, after I finished The Devil You Know, I started Engaged to a Serial Killer by Steena? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Holmes. And one of you recommended that to me, so thank you. And so far it's been really good. It's caught my attention. I'm not far into it at all, but it's been really good so far. Watching, we started a couple new shows. So we finished watching Cowboy Way Alabama. Eric was very happy that we finished it. I was kind of like, oh, it just ends. It ended years ago and it's a reality show and it just, like, there's no, which I guess reality shows you can't really wrap up the story because it's people's lives. But they, at the time, I'm assuming they didn't know the show was not coming back. I think it ended in 2020. Maybe they had a break, like they didn't record because of COVID, and like now I don't think any of them talk anymore if you like do some social media stalking research. I don't think any of them talk anymore. So it's kind of like, oh, well, we didn't really get to see like what happened. Why aren't they friends anymore? All of that. But yes, anyways, we finished that. Then we started watching the most recent season of Survivor that's like currently airing. I think it's season 46. And we watched the first 2 episodes. Episode 3 was on last night, I believe. So we'll watch that this evening. So we started that. And then we started watching, I'm pretty sure it's called the McBee? I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up. Dynasty. And we watched, I think, 2 episodes of that last night. It's about this family who owns this farm and they have cattle and crops and all these things. And it's a newer show. It's on Peacock. It got our attention. We'll finish watching it. But yes, that's kind of what we're reading and watching. Nothing too exciting. We're on a reality TV kick, I guess, right now. So life stuff. We did have company in town over the weekend and it was so much fun. My sister Cassie, her husband James, and their daughter Lily came in over the weekend, and we always have the best time with them. We just love them so much. We just have so much fun, laugh so much. Sometimes Cassie and I cry. It's just always a great time. Cassie brought me, I'll put a picture up here. I posted this on my Instagram stories yesterday, I think. She brought me 2 pictures of our grandparents. This is my mom's parents, my nanny and papa, Roy and Dorothy. And you guys, if you've watched for a while, you've heard me talk about them. You've heard me or like mention like, oh, this is my nanny's mug or my papa's mug. And I use their coffee mugs a lot. But she brought these 2 pictures and it was so funny because I'd actually wondered what happened to them. I'm like, where the heck did those go? I don't like really remember seeing them in the house because my sister still owns the house and I'm just like, I don't know where these pictures went. But she brought them to me and I had Eric hang them in like on the wall when you're going down our stairs, like in the stairwell, I guess. And I love them so much. Walking into there, like down the stairs and seeing those pictures, just, I have so many little reminders of them around my house. They were such a huge part of my life. I've always felt like when I was younger, my nanny was more of my mom, like she was than a grandma. I was always over there, staying over there. Yeah, so they were a huge part of my life. And it just makes my heart so happy to have those hanging on my wall and all the little reminders of them throughout my house that I have things of theirs or pictures, but that made me very happy to have those and to get to hang them on the wall. I don't really think there's been much else going on. Had company in town, and the time change, I mean, no one likes the time change, but the time change was brutal. It was only 1 hour, but it was brutal. Sunday, I was just dead. I mean, we had stayed up late anyways, 2 nights talking with Cassie and James, and we always just have so much fun and stay up late, and so we had done that, and that messed with me, and then the hour that we lost and I was just like, I am not moving all day on Sunday. So I didn't. I tidied up the house a bit after company left, and then I didn't move. I stayed on the couch all day. And I think that was kind of it. You guys made me feel so much better about my wisdom teeth last week, and about Austin having his out. I don't know that mine have to come out. I should say, I don't know that I really said that well last week, but I don't know that mine have to come out. I have to go to the dentist, but a lot of you made me feel better that maybe they don't have to come out because you still have yours, and they have erupted, I guess you would call it, and you still have them. So that's what mine are doing right now. And it was a little sore the first day. Well, not the first day. It was the second and third day, I think, of me noticing it. And now it's been fine. It's not sore. Nothing hurts. They're just coming in, I guess. They've decided 38's a great year. You're 38, let's have your wisdom teeth come in. That's what they've decided. But yes, so I don't know that they have to come out. I'm hoping, from what so many of you have said, that they may not, if they're not causing any problems, that I will be good. But Austin does have to have his out, and he will have those out next month, in just a couple of weeks, actually. He's not nervous about it. He said his friends have had it, and they said that they were just sore for a few days and they were fine. So I'm like, all right, that's great. I do not push my nervousness onto them. I try not to anyways. So I've not said anything about being nervous about him or about me. I just zip the lips and, all right, you're not nervous. Let's do this thing. Anyways, I'm to the point where I'm going to get rambly now, and I need to go drink some more coffee and go get my errands run. The sun is out right now, and the sky is blue. Maybe we will not get storms later. I don't mind a storm though, but I'm going to get errands done real quick, just in case the storms come. So, all right, I will see you guys again next week. Until then, happy making. Bye.